So you want to learn how to build and play the first ever 6-star electric main DPS in our lovely Zhuang Fangyi. Strap in because in today's video, we'll be breaking down everything related to Fangyi, including her builds, teams, and a few tips that you may not even know about her. Use the timestamps for convenience, and with that said, let's jump right in. We'll start with a summary. Fangyi is an electric hyper carry main damage dealer that I would straight up say is the nearest thing to a must pull so far. The simple reason being Fangyi's best teams and allies are all very accessible and low cost characters, while she herself accounts to 80% of her entire team's damage output, meaning you can pull in builder and instantly have an electric team that competes at the top level even when the rest of your team are not fully invested. Speaking of her performance, her damage output is insanely high with incredibly high damage multipliers on her skill, and you'll see it go consistently above 1000% damage multiplier, and that constitutes to insane damage output. This level of damage puts her at the level of any other top damage dealer. In fact, you can get even higher damage output than them with optimal rotation. All of that just with very accessible teams, where one of her best allies is just the free Perlica. Her main gameplay simply revolves around consuming electrification to generate Thunderblades on the field with her skill, which would then trigger Thunder Strikes per Thunderblade that attacks the enemy. Each strike hits insanely hard, and it gets even crazier with her ultimate, where she basically gets enhanced damage on every part of her kit. At the same time, she can now apply Electric Infliction, Electrification, triggering her own combo herself, and deal damage all by herself. You don't even need a team at that point. With a summary out the way, let's actually dive deep into her kit now. We'll actually start with her combo skill, which triggers when a controlled operator lands a final strike or a finisher on a target with Electric Infliction. When used, Fangyi attacks the enemy, and if the enemy has Electric Infliction, it will be consumed and turned into the electrified status. Based on the number of Electric Infliction stacks consumed, it will be turned into a corresponding level of the electrified status. Meaning if you land 2 Electric Infliction and you consume it with this combo skill, you'll get a level 2 electrified status on the enemy that you can see below their HP bar. You can create up to a level 4 electrification by consuming 4 Electric Infliction stacks at once. The higher the electrification level, the more damage taken for the enemies. But this combo will mainly be used to set up for Fangyi's battle skill anyway, which we'll cover later. For every Electric Infliction consumed, Fangyi will gain 10 additional ultimate energy as well. And not only that, this combo skill's multipliers are already pretty high, maxing out at 540%. An interesting point about this combo skill is that it states at the end, if electrification is forcibly applied to an enemy that already has electrification to begin with, you will end up applying a +1 status level effect, creating a level 2 electrification, combining the two if you will. However, this can only happen with Fangyi's combo skill. So if you land an electrification and then use Perlica's combo skill, the electrification will not combine, and in fact, you'll actually reset the whole electrification effect to only being the base level 1 version applied by Perlica. That may cause some damage output from Fangyi, and this means that you want to have Perlica apply electrification with her combo first, and then utilize Fangyi's combo to create the level 2 electrification if you can. In order to achieve that, there are 2 solutions. The first one is you want to position Perlica before Fangyi in your team setup. This is so Perlica's combo can trigger first when you click it instead of Fangyi. That way you guarantee that Perlica will go first, and then Fangyi would be able to help you get the level 2 electrification effect via her combo skill. The thing is though, you don't have to do this. Her rotation will still work fine even if you don't force to get the level 2 electrifications at all. In any case, the second solution is to very quickly spam Fangyi's and Perlica's combo together all at once. You see, Fangyi has a slower animation, so if you spam them together at once, you end up having Perlica land her electrification first, then Fangyi would finish her animation, getting you the level 2 electrification. That would be problem solved, but you may have to pay a little bit more attention when you play. I mean, even if you fail though, it's not the end of the world. You understand what I mean when you see these showcases later. Moving on, let's take a look at Fangyi's battle skill. It attacks the enemy and consumes the electrification status. The higher the level of electrification consumed, the higher the damage multiplier of this battle skill. Furthermore, Fangyi will create up to 3 Thunderblades based on the status level of electrification consumed. Consuming a level 2 or above electrification will spawn in the maximum 3 Thunderblades. Consuming only level 1 electrification will summon 2 Thunderblades, while consuming none will summon 0 Thunderblades. However, if the whole field has less than 3 Thunderblades, you can actually consume no electrification and still summon 1 single Thunderblade with the skill, but for the most part, you will never have to use this unless you're really just spamming without thinking at all. You can see the number of existing Thunderblades beside Fangyi's icon. After the Thunderblade spawns, Fangyi will channel all Thunderblades nearby to successively unleash Thunder Strikes on the target, while providing high ult energy for herself. The final Thunder Strike will deal 6 times the damage, and what that means is a very high damage output. Do note that you can have up to 9 total Thunderblades at once on the field, and the Thunderblades will exist for 36 seconds starting from the moment they spawn. Since you can only spawn up to 3 Thunder Blades with 1 usage of Fangyi's skill. The logic here is to use it multiple times to get to 9 Thunder Blades, and with the same skill, all 9 Thunder Blades will all launch a Thunder Strike on the enemy, creating a ballistic onslaught of damage output. By using her kit, you'll have enough energy now. Let's take a look at her ultimate. Fangyi transforms into an enhanced mode, where she straight up starts floating and her dodges are just teleportation, with her basics turning into different animations, and the damage of them are increased too. She's also harder to interrupt now, and for the rest of her kit are also enhanced. Her enhanced battle skill, for example, gains a great increase in damage multiplier. It also gets increased range, and the final Thunder Strike will also apply electric infliction on the target's hit. This is her only source of electric infliction, and this also means just by using her skill into Final Strike, she can self-activate her combo, self-convert the infliction into electrification, self-consume the electrification into Thunder Blades, and self-utilize all of the Thunder Blades for maximum damage. It's straight up an army on one character. As for enhanced combo skill, it also gains higher damage multiplier, and its cooldown becomes 4 times faster, while also gaining increased range. It's ridiculous. The cooldown reduction effect means you will be able to have Fangyi spam her combo into her skill, then into her Final Strike, and instantly at that point, she'll have her combo again. You'll rinse and repeat this same cycle for maximum damage, while automatically generating a lot of Thunder Blades all by herself. The final effect of this ultimate states that Fangyi's first cast of her battle skill during the ult state will cost no SP, and it will not consume electrification either. Plus, it is guaranteed to create 3 Thunder Blades no matter what with this first cast. This doesn't mean she can only do this once per fight, this means she can do it once per ultimate. That also means if you don't maximize the level 2 electrification to convert them to 3 Thunder Blades every single skill usage, you can still simply just consume level 1 electrifications 3 times for 6 total Thunder Blades, and the moment you ult, you get this free skill usage that generates you 3 Thunder Blades to make up for 9 total anyway. This ult's duration lasts for a lengthy 25 seconds, so we have more than enough time to generate a lot of Thunder Blades. And only now we're finally looking at her talents. The first one provides Fangyi with 18% electric amp for 5 seconds when you use her battle skill, which the effect gets increased by 2% after every hit of the Thunder Strike landing on an enemy. After using her battle skill, it'll reset this electric amp's effect, so it can't just get to infinite, obviously. Her second talent is where she kind of takes the piss for me. She has a 9% chance of immunity against damage taken. Like what? She just doesn't take damage. Not only that, each Thunder Blade also increases this chance by 1%, so have a maximum of 18% total. If she triggers this effect, she also restores 18% of her max HP, though this healing effect has a cooldown of 99 seconds. But that's nothing bad at all, because what this means is that for every 10 hits she suffers, she can be immune to maybe 2 of them. Forget fighting a boss. Zhuang Fangyi is the boss. She could just say no to like a sure kill skill by a boss out of nowhere. With all of that said, it looks like she's a very direct bulldozer type of an electric main damage dealer, with multipliers high enough to be easily considered top tier. Her gameplay loop revolves around getting to 9 Thunder Blades, where without her ult, all she needs is someone that can apply electric infliction. Once you get to 9 and get her ultimate, you can nuke the boss by spamming everything that glows for high damage output. Her best use case will obviously be in a team of electric infliction, making her best ally the literal free Perlica that everybody has, along with other accessible electric characters like Arclight and Antal. Since she needs a lot of SP to function, especially after her ultimate, Arclight and someone like Alesh's SP regen becomes quite valuable for Fangyi. And with that out the way, let's just dive into her builds now. To start us off with the weapons, obviously her own is the best choice, perfect stats, and a massive 80% battle skill electric damage dealt increase in total. This weapon is very worth going for since it directly means a much higher damage output for Fangyi, but in any case, if you do want to explore alternatives, the new Protocol Pass 6-star Flickers in the Mist is the next best option, but do expect around 20% damage drop assuming every weapon is R0. If you have max refined Flickers in the Mist though, its performance is still not better than the signature, but at least it'll be somewhat comparable, though it's not exactly close. Every other weapon in the game doesn't quite work well with Fangyi, being unable to provide her with a main will attribute, and for the ones who do, they don't provide her with too relevant of buffs or improvements that would garner Fangyi to use them, so I actually heavily recommend pulling her weapon along with her. Next off will be with her gears. The best setup will definitely utilize the 3-piece Zero Flow set, which is pretty much created for someone like Fangyi. You want to run the Lynx slab with the main attribute bonus though for one of her kits, as it provides very valuable will stats that actually actually ends up being more valuable in terms of min-maxing. However, depending on your rotations, you may consider the Eternal Zero Knight kit that gives you alt gain efficiency. For a placeholder alternative though, simply choose any gears with the correct main and sub attribute of will and intellect, with any relevant main stats will do, but you do want to get the Zuran Flow set eventually. For the general player base, sticking to 3 Zuran Flow with Link's Slab or just full slam 4-piece Zuran Flow will do. For newer players though, a setup with the Eternal Zero Knight set and a Bone Crusher Poncho T1, all with alt gain efficiency, will carry you through early game, and you don't even need any new gear recipes to craft them. With that out the way, let's finally dive into her best allies and team setups. To talk about her best allies first, the best one that is almost guaranteed to be tied with Fangyi all the time will be Perlica. The reason needs no lengthy explanation. Perlica has electric infliction. Fangyi literally only needs that to activate. Perlica also has really easy combo skill to trigger with just landing final strikes, while also forcibly landing electrification too, all perfectly synergizes with Fangyi and is a guaranteed option for her ally. The next character that is pretty much almost guaranteed as an ally as well will be Arclight. She provides very strong and consistent SP regeneration with her combo skill, and her ultimate is a free electric infliction that can also convert inflictions into electrification. Again, perfect for Fangyi. The SP regen is nothing to undervalue because Fangyi does need a lot of SP, especially after her ultimate. Next off would be someone like Antal and Avywenna, and honestly, it's basically all of the electric characters in the game. Both of them can provide electric inflictions, though Antal does more of duplicating inflictions. He does have great electric susceptibility and also electric amp with his kit though, which is pretty valuable for Fangyi's damage output. Avywenna on the other hand actually also has electric susceptibility on her ultimate, and she also does apply electric infliction while being pretty good in terms of damage output, so it's an underrated option. As for some other alternative option for allies, you're looking at a good old Gilberta and Ardelia. Obviously they'll work since their susceptibilities are too valuable anyway. You do have to adjust rotations to fit their kit though. In any case, let's move on to our best teams and showcases now. Fangyi's best team currently pretty much looks like Fangyi, Perlica, and Arclight as the main engine. The last option can be anyone that I already mentioned earlier, but for today's video, I'll give you 2 team showcases. One would be the smoothest team to play, while the other one is the simplest and more explosive team to play. Both perform near the best levels possible for Fangyi in the current meta, so feel free to pick up whichever you like. And if you're wondering about the other teams, I'll be posting a video testing every team. It's too much to fit in this one video after all. Now then, onto the showcase. The smoothest team will feature Fangyi, Perlica, Arclight, and Alesh actually. You want Alesh to set up electrification via Arc's reaction, and his very consistent SP regeneration along with Arclight means you'll have the smoothest experience with SP. You almost don't even have to manage it, just click whatever that glows. Do you know that Fangyi you see here has no artificing and a level 1 basic weapon for showcasing purposes? I tried to give her her own weapon, her damage is just too high that I can't even showcase too well. With this team, you want to start with Alesh's ultimate and go right into Fangyi's ultimate. Then use Fangyi's first cast of her battle skill, which will cost no SP and won't consume electrification. It's also guaranteed that you will have 3 Thunderblades spawned with this first cast. Since she's in her ult, her battle skill will end with applying electric infliction, so Alesh's ice infliction is also turned into electrification. That means you can instantly use Fangyi's skill here again, consume that electrification, and now you will have a total of 5 Thunderblades. This is when you use Fangyi's final strike, which triggers her own and Perlica's combo. Go ahead and use them both quickly. Then you will have achieved level 2 electrification, and your Fangyi skill would glow up. As it glows, this means you can consume electrification, so go ahead and use that. And at this point, Arclight and Alesh will both consistently trigger their combos. Always use them when available for more SP. And at this time as well, you'd have 8 Thunderblades. Thereafter, use Fangyi's final strike, then her combo, then her own skill, and that's when you have the maximum of 9 Thunderblades already. Repeat her final strike and her combo into her own skill until her ult duration ends, and that would be 1 rotation. After that, you'll work on gaining Fangyi's ult again, which all you need is to do the same things, except you'd utilize Perlica's skill and Arclight's ult to gain electric infliction and electrification. Consume them with Fangyi, spawn Thunderblades, and that's how you can get her ult energy back in no time. Since the Thunderblades will always stay and the new ones will spawn in as the old one expires, you pretty much almost have 9 Thunderblades at all times after the first rotation. This team focuses on smoothness, where you have very healthy SP regen, and Fangyi will rarely ever be in a position where she struggles with SP after activating her ultimate. I haven't even used Perlica's ult at all, but it's really just to do more damage that you can use anytime or use for bosses staggers. As long as you keep the general idea of maximizing Thunderblade spawns, Fangyi will perform very well. Now then, the next team I have for you is the same team, except you would swap out Alesh with Antal. This team would be more tight with SP, but it's perfectly usable, and the damage ceiling would be higher. You will start with Antal and Perlica's skill, then Antal's combo, then ult with Fangyi, use her skill once, then final strike, then combo. Do this till she is halfway through her ult duration, which you can tell by the bar bar on top of her SP. Then you would do Antal's ultimate for the electric amp that only lasts for 12 seconds, which will cover just about half of Fangyi's ultimate duration, and then use Arclights and Perlica's ult, all while repeating Zhuang's skill, Vital Strike, into combo. The easy way to know when to click Fangyi's skill is to see if it glows. If it does, click it. If it doesn't, do the Vital Strike into combo. After the ult ends, rinse and repeat the same general idea of applying electric infliction, electrification, and click Fangyi's skill when it glows. Then Vital Strike into combo. If it doesn't glow, that means you use her Vital Strike into combo. It's very choreographed. This team actually has the higher damage potential of Antal's strong buffing capabilities, but you may find yourself cutting it close with SP, especially during Fangyi's ultimate. It's a fully valid team though in any case, and guess what? All her team options are so not accessible anyway that I would just go for whichever is my preference or whichever suits the environment I'm trying to bring the team into. With all that said, let's finally look at her potentials. Her P1's main value is with the extra damage on her battle skill, same case with her P2. Do prioritize her signature first though. The P3 mainly returns SP and extends Thunderblade's duration. It's mostly for quality of life. P4 reduces energy cost, which is nice but not required. And her P5 is the penultimate one, giving you 15 electric resistance during her ultimate, a very unique damage improvement that makes her damage go even crazier. True Fangyi mains that really want to see her ceiling will want to get till P5, but for most of us though, P0 for signature will already make her look like a raid boss. And that will be all for my Zhuang Fangyi guide. Overall, I think she's the closest thing to a must-pull character, being very high value for money where her team is easily accessible. Her playstyle is simple and bulldozingly strong, and she even still has future investment value where stronger electric supports may be released in the future. She has insane survivability too with that talent of hers, something none of the other mainstream damage dealers can do at her level. It's actually really helpful in stages like Umbra Monument, where it's impossible to always take no damage in that mode. But I'll still say this, do you need Fangyi to beat the game? Absolutely not. So if you somehow just hate her and you don't want to get her, you don't have to as long as you have fully invested teams ready that features a strong main damage dealer. That usually means you can clear every content so far, at least to the point where you do not miss out on any rewards. With all that said, good luck with your Fangyi pulls, and stay tuned for more of her content, including team showcases and such. That'll be all, and take care.